All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Live stream in a different time. Generally, I do the live stream early in the morning, but earlier on UK time, there wasn't really much going on, and I wanted you guys to absorb all the other pieces of content that was out on the channel, especially the match review off the back of that Wimbledon match. So I thought this is probably the timely situation to do a live stream and connect with you guys. So much happening now, literally so much happening. I think until the end of the transfer window, which will be tomorrow, obviously, I think we could have some surprise players, outgoings. I can't picture any more players coming in, but you never know. You never say never. Big up to each and every one of you guys that has joined in. Big up to Serfs, J Money, Tariq, Lightbulb, Kiamani, Frederick. Good to see you, my man. Emmanuel, Justin 23, and each and every one of you guys. Good to see you all. Smash the like button as soon as you've come through, and if you're here for the first time, subscribe as well. Yeah, Surfs News, nice new overlay indeed. Got this done by a particular individual recently, so yeah, it looks nice. It looks nice. But yeah, I haven't had the chance to talk to you guys about Cole Palmer to Chelsea, 5 p.m. in Ethiopia. Blues Empire, good to see you. Milo K, good to see you. Pedro, good to see you. Oko, Grant, Verna, D, good to see each and every one of you guys. Justin 23, so many of you guys have turned up. Good to see you guys. So I haven't had the chance to talk to you guys about Cole Palmer to Chelsea. Obviously, I've dropped my videos, but I thought this is perfect time to connect with you guys and see what you guys feel about Cole Palmer as well. Your beard came back faster, man. Yeah. The beard, you know, this is the beauty about hair. It just grows back. It goes back. But yeah, I haven't had the chance to speak to you guys about Cole Palmer, so I'd love to know how you guys feel about it. Cole Palmer, everything is done now. Personal terms agreed, medical completed as well. He's literally now on the verge of being announced by Chelsea Football Club. I don't know whether it's going to happen tonight. I don't think it will happen tonight. Probably will happen by tomorrow early sometime. Hopefully we can register him for the match against Nottingham Forest. I think someone like Cole Palmer will be very, very handy, more than handy against Nottingham Forest. We should not take Nottingham Forest lightly one bit. Nottingham Forest are a good team. Yeah, they're in the bottom half of the Premier League table. Sure, no problems. Generally, like that's where they belong, right? But they've brought in a lot of players. They've got a huge squad, and they've got some smart players, man, up front. Obviously, they've got that striker, Oni. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm going to call him Taiwo. And yeah, it'll be very, very good to have Cole Palmer in the team. So let me know, guys, how you feel about Cole Palmer. Yeah, I thought it was a midnight normal video. Yeah, generally this is when I do the normal video, but I thought it's good to come in live with all the different news that's popping about. I think it's easier to have a conversation with each and every one of you guys. And I haven't heard from you guys about Cole Palmer. So let me know in the comment section what you think about Cole Palmer. Meanwhile, let me bring up the news as well. All right. So this is what's going on, all the latest. Let me just see the latest on Cole Palmer. So many people saying a lot of stuff. Cole Palmer to Chelsea deal done. There you go. Announcement soon. That's Secret Scout talking about it. Cole Palmer, welcome to Chelsea 8 hours ago from Tiggs. Do check that out. 4 hours ago, Cole Palmer has completed a medical test as new Chelsea player. Plan confirmed. Documents being signed between the two clubs and now up to the player side. Then official statement, exclusive story confirmed. I mean, Fabrizio Romano has done a madness on this one. Yeah, Gabriel Agbonlahor talks a little bit about how Cole Palmer can be utilized. He does talk about how he thinks Cole Palmer is potentially going to be a number 10. I do as well think he's going to be a number 10. We're going to revert to the 4-2-3-1 formation and potentially play him just behind Nicholas Jackson. But you never know. He could play on the right. He could play on the left. He's quite versatile across across the front three. Chelsea intend to deploy Cole Palmer in a similar role to what Phil Foden. This is exactly what I said, right? This is exactly what I said the other day, that we could potentially use him as a number 10, how Phil Foden is used for Manchester City. So yeah, this is how I feel. But we'll see how Mauricio Pochettino deploys him. Cole Palmer is set to sign a 7+1 year deal at Chelsea, according to Simon Jones. Standard 8-year deals, ladies and gentlemen, which is what is going to happen for Cole Palmer. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying now. How you doing, Miz? Did you see the post of William Gallas about Chelsea will not win any silverware because too much inexperienced young players? What's your thoughts on it? Look, I've not seen those comments from William Gallas, so let me just see if I can bring that up. Let me see if I can bring that up. Let's see if what he said. Can't see any comments as yet. But anyway, if he has said that, look, he's not entirely wrong. I mean, whether we win, we're not. I don't think we're going to win the Premier League. I think that's a little bit beyond us. But in terms of potentially getting an opportunity to win a domestic cup, that could still be in the cards. I don't think we're out of the race for that. But yeah, it is an inexperienced team. He's not entirely wrong. It is an inexperienced team. It's a very young team. Even Cole Palmer, he's a very young team. So look, I don't want to take it too seriously what William Gallas has said, and at the same time, I don't want to take any offense to it either. So we'll see what we can do this season. I'm hoping we can finish in the Champions League positions and go as far as possible to win a domestic cup. And if we can do that, I think that's fantastic. To win the Premier League, we are a bit inexperienced at the moment. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying. Tell me about Cole Palmer, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know how you feel about Cole Palmer. Right now, we want to talk about Cole Palmer. Chalobah to Bayern, still on Miz. Okay, we'll get to that. Relax, everyone. Take it easy. One step at a time. Chalobah news, Miz. Yeah, we'll get to that. Tell me about Cole Palmer, or you don't care about Cole Palmer. No one cares about Cole Palmer. All of a sudden now, everyone wants to talk about Chalobah. We'll get to it, guys. There's a structure. There's a structure to the show. You have to keep up with the structure. Okay, 2 minutes ago, Chelsea have rejected new approach from Bayern for Trevor Chalobah as it was again on loan deal. Conversations continue in order to find a way. Nothing sealed or agreed at this stage. So, yeah, we kind of knew that, right? We kind of knew that for Trevor Chalobah, that at the moment there seems to be a bit of a standstill. We want to sell the player, and Bayern Munich wants to loan the player. But yeah, in regards to Cole Palmer, how you guys feel about Cole Palmer, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know. Okay, let's have a look at this. Cole Palmer will bang this season. Cole Palmer is a good signing. Yeah, I mean, are you concerned about any of his traits? Does the player excite you? Was he in the top of your mind when you thought about that mystery attacker to come to Chelsea Football Club? Personally, me, I didn't expect Cole Palmer. It wasn't in my mind. But now that it's all materialized, it makes sense. He ticks the box for Premier League. He's played, I think, somewhere around 25 matches last season in the Premier League or in all club competition, something like that. And he's got good experience now in the Premier League scene. He's very good technically on the ball, as you have to be at Manchester City. He's very good in 1v1 dribbling. He can take players on. He's a keen player to look out for key passes, and he can score goals. He's a good finisher. So overall, for me, I think this is a very, very good purchase. 40 plus 5 million. Yeah, maybe that might have been a bit too much, but that's probably what the market price is at the moment these days. And with Cole Palmer, like the only thing I'd say is that he's inexperienced. That's the only thing. His overall, as in Premier League experience, is there. Obviously, tad bit, but overall, 21-year-old. There's a lot of room for development. Do you know what I mean? So from that perspective, there is a little bit of inexperience there, and we need to be very patient with Cole Palmer. So he is still young, and he's potentially going to make mistakes, and we have to be giving. FHD Global Ms. Cole Palmer 45 million is robbery. So you are telling me he's worth more than cover. He is not worth anywhere close to that because he has played less than 100 Premier League minutes and we paid 45 million. I just told you that. I think the price is probably a bit too much, but I think you're paying that premium amount for his future as well. Like, you think about it this way, FHT. In a stock market, right? When you're purchasing stocks, you don't just purchase stocks based on what you think the market value is. You also purchase it based on what it can be in the future. It's a speculative market, right? So Cole Palmer, you're paying the premium because of what he can be down the track, not what he is right now. And what he is right now is not bad either. I would have paid somewhere around probably max 35 million. I think that extra 5 million plus 5 million add-on is because of his future. Do you know what I mean? What he could turn out to be. Put it this way, FHT. If Cole Palmer banks this season for Chelsea Football Club, which I'm hoping he does, and I'm pretty sure you're hoping he does as well, that 45 million is going to look like a mere 45 million. He'll probably turn out to be a 70 million player. If he banks this season, by the end of this season, come next summer, he's going to be a 70, 75 million player. So then you're going to be like, yeah, very happy about what we've done with Cole Palmer. And you'll look back at the price and be like, yeah, do you know what? Maybe we got a bargain. So you have to think about it from that perspective as well. Ms. Without Chelsea deadline day is not interested. Yeah. Cole Palmer is a player I truly admire. Watching the match he played for Manchester City, vividly a match where he whipped up Aspie on the line. Look, I mean, yeah, there's those examples as well, but you look at Cole Palmer recently too, in the Super Cup against Sevilla. Very, very good. He gave me Mahrez vibes. He literally gave me Mahrez vibes. And then obviously in the Community Shield against Arsenal, that spectacular goal was fantastic as well. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying. Let's think about it this way: 11 players and more. Most raw. Are we putting in on Poch to develop every single one of these players? Some need to be already on a good level. This is a good point. This is a very, very good point, Milo. And this is something that I brought up in. Let me just change that because obviously the sun is rising and time to change the angle and get a better lighting. This is something that I brought up in All You Can Eat Chelsea, the last episode, that Pochettino is fantastic with young players, of course, but I think we've now influxed him with a lot of young players, and I feel like we should have given him some sort of experience, but our board, our owners, they're not keen. They're not keen on anyone above 25 years old. And to be honest, there's not that many great above 25 years old available to be taken in this market as yet. Mohamed Kudus would have been a nice one. I don't even know. What's Kudus's age? Mohamed Kudus, he's also 23. Mohamed Kudus is 23. So, look, there wasn't too many names that we were linked with that were above, 25, 26-year-old kind of. So, look, we're building for the future. Hopefully, some of these players will gain immense experience throughout this season, and then next season we can really kick on. No, I didn't think we would get Palmer because it was someone I thought City wouldn't let go due to how good he always played for City when called upon. Really excited to have him in the team. There you go. A lot of you guys are excited about it. I'm excited about it. Of course, we have to accept the fact that he's not a player that we had in our head, because maybe we didn't think, as Mike is saying, that he was probably going to be sold by Manchester City. But here we are. He's being sold. So hopefully we can use him very, very soon. Now, let's talk about Mark Cucurella, ladies and gentlemen. That deal is off. And this all ties in with Ian Maatsen. And I know I've said it recent times. Ian Maatsen's not directly linked with Cucurella. I think Ian Maatsen is now more of an attacker, but it's still, that's a position where Ian Maatsen can play. And in attack, we're getting Cole Palmer. So Mark Cucurella is staying. Cole Palmer's coming in and attack. Ian Maatsen's chances of playing, regularly for Chelsea is reducing. Do you know what I mean? So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, Sergio Reguilon to Man United is a here we go. Sergio Reguilon to Man United, here we go. Verbal agreement in place with Tottenham on loan deal. Understand medical tests are taking place right now. There will be clause to break loan deal in January. There will be a clause to break loan deal in January. Mark Cucurella deal off. That was the thing that has screwed us up. Man United wanted to break the deal in January for Mark Cucurella, and we didn't want that. So that's potentially what has happened and put us off from this move. Sergio Reguilon has gone to Man United. Let's see how Man United does. Sergio Reguilon back in Sevilla was sensational, but his time at Spurs was not good one bit. And do you know what? Mark Cucurella, honestly speaking, Mark Cucurella would have been a far better player for Man United. I think Sergio Reguilon is probably going to struggle at Man United. And on top of that, Man United is probably going to struggle as well. So it's perfect. Exclusive. Man United working to complete loan signing of Sergio Reguilon from Tottenham. 26-year-old left back granted permission by Tottenham to travel for medical. Man United shifted from Chelsea's Mark Cucurella and also aim to recruit Soufiane Amrabat. So they're going for Soufiane Amrabat as well. Mark Cucurella to Man United is currently complicated after his appearance last night. Yeah, a lot of us were saying, what was Mark Cucurella doing starting for Chelsea Football Club yesterday? And now, look, the deal has collapsed. It's no coincidence. I think the deal was already collapsed. Obviously, the news is floating through now, but Chelsea would have known that the deal wasn't going to happen. That's why he started. Looks like he's going to stay, ladies and gentlemen. Look, for me, I don't mind. I wasn't too fussed about whether he left or he stayed. I kind of opted for him to stay because I feel like it's a bit harsh to let go of a player after one season. And last season is not a good barometer to understand how good a player is. And I know how good this guy was back in Brighton. So now the question is, if he's staying at Chelsea Football Club, is he going to be given the opportunity to get some minutes? Because right now we are using Ben Chilwell as left wing, and then we're using Lewa Colwill as left back. So is Mark Cucurella going to be someone who's going to be potentially used as a left back, or is he going to be used up front where Ben Chilwell plays? It's going to be interesting to see. I think with Cole Palmer coming in, we should revert back to our normal, left back playing in left back, 4 at the back, and playing that 4-2-3-1. So with Cole Palmer, I'm expecting Lewa Colwill to become a centre back again, and then Ben Chilwell as a left back. So, Cucurella being a genuine rotational piece for Ben Chilwell. Now, where does it leave Ian Maatsen? Where does that leave Ian Maatsen? Ian Maatsen wasn't even playing on the left back or left wing position anyway. Against Wimbledon, Ian Maatsen played in a attacking position as a central attacking midfielder. And now we're getting Cole Palmer. So makes me think that Ian Maatsen probably could be in trouble, man. And I hate to say that, but I feel that's what's going to happen. Let's see what you guys are saying about this, because I'm glad that Cucurella deal broke down. I feel Cucurella has something different to give than Chilwell. Look, do you know what? Cucurella definitely has something different to give than Chilwell. 100% understood, because Cucurella can invert, whereas Chilwell can't do that, right? Yesterday, we saw Cucurella overlap as well and produce a lot of crosses. I saw some highlights, and it showed that Cucurella was producing quite a lot of crosses. But Chilwell can do that as well. The only difference is that Cucurella can invert. However, with having someone like Lewa Colwill, this is the thing. This is the thing we need to understand. Levi Colwill has the potential to move up a little bit from that LCB position and play exactly like how Cucurella does from an inverted position with those line-breaking passes. This is why in recent times we're not playing with Cucurella. We're playing with Levi Colwill in left back, because you have to understand, don't worry about the position. Understand the role. What is the role? What is Cucurella's role? What is Levi Colwill's role? Levi Colwill is capable of doing everything that Cucurella can do with the ball. This has become the issue here. So, do you know what I mean? Like, at the moment, someone saying it's not Levi, it's Levi. Levi. When I keep saying it quickly, it becomes Levi. But yeah, I think with the Cucurella situation, I'm interested to see, now that the deal has collapsed, what implications does that have with Ian Maatsen? What implication does that have with him in the squad? Is he going to get game time? It'll be interesting to see. Really being honest here, don't expect much for next 3 season. Wow, that's quite incredible. Cash means it's 2 a.m. India. I'm still awake watching you. Appreciate that, brother. The injury curse currently on us. I would love to keep as many backups as possible. Look, I hear you. I definitely hear you about that, but let's say there isn't any more injuries, then you're literally left with players that are not doing anything, right? So that's something we need to understand. Here's the latest in regards to Ian Maatsen, ladies and gentlemen. Clubs could test Chelsea's resolve on Ian Maatsen, who was set to stay, but with Cucurella's situation, Pochettino has 3 left backs. It's coming from Matt Law. I just get the feeling Ian Maatsen's probably going to be sold, man. He's surplus. He's surplus, because we're not looking to move on Cucurella anymore. Cucurella's deal collapsing with Man United has a lot of implications now. With Palmer, do you think Chile will go back to left back and maybe Maatsen or Mudryk on that left? Or do you think it would be Sterling, Maatsen, Palmer, or would it be Maatsen, Palmer, Sterling? Look, first of all, I think with Palmer coming in, we don't need to see Chilwell playing left wing anymore, because we should revert to a 4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1, Palmer should play through the middle just behind Jackson. 2 midfielders in Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo. And on the left wing, we can potentially play Mudryk, we can play Maatsen, we can play, Sterling. I do want Sterling to be on the right side though. So then there's a question mark in regards to Mudryk, but Mudryk potentially can rotate on that right side with Sterling. But I don't think Maatsen will be first choice left wing. That's the issue. And don't forget, Cole Palmer could potentially still be utilized on the left side too. We could still go with a 4-3-3, and Cole Palmer could be used as left wing because he knows how to play there. And the other factor with Maatsen is that he hasn't signed the contract extension. This is his last season at Chelsea Football Club. He has to sign the contract extension, or else we will let him go. The contract extension is available, but he's not signed it as yet. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Riley, Maatsen should be in front of Cucurella, but the problem is with Cucurella is he wanted a loan to either bring back his form or to keep his value high, to be sold to get back some of our money. Yeah, and now that loan is not happening, something needs to give. Unfortunately, something needs to give. But I don't see Maatsen as left back anymore. I see him as a forward and will play more, so I think he will stay. Look, left back is his genuine trait. Yeah, he can play in the attack because when he was playing for Burnley, he was playing more as a wing back, right? So he was attacking a lot. So he understands how to play wing football. Over the course of this pre-season, he's also understood how to play as a central attacking midfielder. So yeah, of course I see him as an attacker, but he's not your first choice attacker. And in certain cases, he's not even your second choice. Don't forget, Nkunku will come back. Chukwuemeka will come back. They're not gone forever. They will come back. So Maatsen will assess all of that and make a decision whether he's actually going to be used at Chelsea Football Club or not. Let's see what else. Ian Maatsen versus Wimbledon. Check that out, ladies and gentlemen. Ian Maatsen played a very, very good game against Wimbledon. A lot of people are saying don't sell Ian Maatsen. Clubs also test Chelsea's resolve over Ian Maatsen after Mark Cucurella's loan switch to Manchester United broke down. I think Burnley are after Ian Maatsen. West Ham are after Ian Maatsen. So Ian Maatsen's situation could be a little bit iffy, ladies and gentlemen. Even yesterday, Maatsen's best play was from the wing to pass to Enzo, who missed the open goal. Yeah, right at the end. And it was Ian Maatsen that pressed the goalkeeper for Enzo Fernandez's goal. He pressed the goalkeeper smashed the shot at him, and then Enzo scored that winning goal. So, and that was from the wing side as well. Something tells me Palmer coming in, and once Lavia, I'd match Lavia match fit. Poch will go with a 4-2-3-1 formation. He could potentially go with a 4-2-3-1 now. I think if you want to include Lavia, you'd probably have to go with a 4-3-3. You'd have to play with three-man midfield. And then you play Cole Palmer as a left wing. So you'll go with Caicedo, Lavia, Enzo, Cole Palmer, Raheem Sterling, Jackson. So that's potentially how you're going to be looking to go with. We're going to alternate between 4-2-3-1, 3-4-2-1, and 4-3-3. The idea of only playing 4-2-3-1 is a myth. Now, of course, off the ball, with the ball, and the formation is going to be very fluid. It's going to be 100% fluid. Maatsen is one of those players which give tactical flexibility to teams, which Poch likes, so I think he will stay. Look, yes, from a fan's perspective, from Poch's perspective, yeah, we want him to stay because he gives us tactical flexibility and he's versatile. He's an asset for the football club. But you have to think from a player's perspective as well. The player truly believes he is capable of starting, and I agree with him. I agree that Ian Maatsen is capable of starting at the highest level now. Now, does Ian Maatsen want to stick around at Chelsea Football Club and be a second fiddle? We have to understand from both sides here. We always look at it from fans' perspective or the manager's perspective, but we fail to look from a player's perspective. What does the player want? The player wants to start. The player wants to start every single game, or predominantly as much as he can, because these are his best Gs. He doesn't want to give away his best Gs sitting in the bench. Do you know what I mean? You look at the first 3 games we've played in the Premier League. How many minutes has Ian Maatsen played? So Ian Maatsen ain't going to wait around for that odd cup game every now and then. He wants to be involved, right? So I don't know, man. I'm just hoping that Ian Maatsen signs the contract extension, but I've got this bad feeling that Ian Maatsen is probably going to be another one of those players right in the end of this transfer window. By end of tomorrow, he's potentially going to move because he's going to see the situation and he's going to be like, well, there's few positions he can play. Let's start with left back. You've got Chilwell and you've got Cucurella, and sometimes you've even got Levi Colwill. You want to play up front on the left wing, you've got a lot of wingers. You want to play centrally as a central attacking midfielder, you've now got Cole Palmer, you've got Chukwuemeka who'll potentially come back, and you've got Nkunku down the track who's going to come back as well. And if you play with a 4-3-3, then you don't really even have a central attacking midfielder. So he's going to weigh up his options. Because I think Gallagher will stay, as he has repeated on several occasions that he wants to stay and fight for his place. Your opinion on this? Let's talk about Gallagher now. It's a good segue. Let's have a look at the latest in regards to Conor Gallagher. Because I feel he might be gone too. I honestly do think he might be gone too. And you know what? Maybe in recent times, I've been a bit harsh on him. He has done better. I saw his compilation against Wimbledon. Yeah, there was an opportunity that he missed. He should have scored. I think it was in the second half. But he's doing the simple things good. Like he's doing the simple, basic things in midfield perfectly well. And maybe that's why we want him. Defensively, he's doing excellent. I've always praised him for his defensive output. It's with the ball sometimes I'm a little bit skeptical about it. But maybe his role is to just keeping things very simple. Just keep it ticking over. He's not there to do those expansive passes. But I do think Conor Gallagher is probably going to move on as well because, Romeo Lavia is in the midfield. Ugochukwu is in the midfield. You've got Caicedo. You've got Enzo Fernandez. Don't forget, potentially if we do play a 4-2-3-1, you're only going to play with two, obviously, in the double pivot. And the other midfielder, central attacking midfielder, is going to be Cole Palmer or Nkunku or Chukwuemeka. And Conor Gallagher will just not play as a number 10. So as much as Conor Gallagher wants to stay at Chelsea Football Club, and that's great to see. Honestly, one thing about Conor Gallagher, I'll say, he's Chelsea through and through. Honestly, he's Chelsea through and through. He loves Chelsea. He's been at Chelsea since he was 6 or 7. And he loves the football club. But if Chelsea Football Club get anywhere near the range of price, I think Chelsea Football Club will look to sell him. And then it's really up to Conor Gallagher whether he wants to go or not. He can still say, okay, fine, the club is looking to sell me, but I don't want to go. I want to still fight. Then the deal breaks down. You do need both sides to agree on a deal. You need Conor Gallagher to agree personal terms with Spurs. I think they're the ones who are going for him. And you need Chelsea to obviously agree a deal with Spurs as well. So we'll see what happens. This is what Conor Gallagher said post-match yesterday. I've been here from when I was 7 or 8 years old. When the academy started, it was a dream at the moment, but I don't want to stop. I want to keep helping the club. He's Chelsea through and through. He's Chelsea through and through. But this is the latest from Matt Law, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea bracing themselves for a late bid from Spurs for Conor Gallagher. Spurs would have to bid at least 45 million for Chelsea to consider him. So let's do a poll. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, while I do the poll, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe as well. Make sure you subscribe. Let's get to 29,000 subscribers immediately. Smash the like button, number 1, and subscribe. Meanwhile, I'm going to put up a poll. I want all you guys to participate on that. If Spurs provide 45 to 50 million for Gallagher, will you look to sell? All right. There you go. The poll is up. This is going to be interesting. Participate on the poll. Meanwhile, while I take some of your comments. Sell Gallagher, but not Maatsen. I'm scared both of them might go. Gallagher or Maatsen, if you have to pick just one, Maatsen. I'm keeping Maatsen, man. If I have to keep one to stay at Chelsea Football Club, I'm keeping Maatsen. And do you know what? A lot of people out there are like, oh man, why are we getting rid of Gallagher and Maatsen? How's the academy players going to feel about this? And I understand that it doesn't bode well that all of our academy players are getting sold to balance the books because they're pure profit, right? But I've always maintained best of the best will always make it at Chelsea Football Club. Gallagher, for me, is not best of the best. We like him because, he's a tidy player. He's a very tidy player. But he's from the academy, so he's one of ours, right? He's like our kid, so we want him. But Gallagher is very much replaceable. There's plenty of Gallaghers that we can get all across the world for cheap, right? Ian Maatsen, I do think Ian Maatsen can be one of the best. But I just feel like maybe Chelsea are in a predicament on that whole left side, the central attacking area. And Ian Maatsen is much like the Lewis Hall situation. You know what I mean? Like Lewis Hall could have potentially been one of the best as well. But surplus to requirements. There's just too many players. So, look, I personally think both of them are probably going to go now because we've got too many players. But if it was for me to pick one, I would keep Maatsen. And to all of those academy enthusiasts, the Cobham enthusiasts, all I'll say is that best of the best will make it at Chelsea Football Club, undoubtedly. You look at Levi Colwell, you look at Reece James. So once we get that level of player, I'm pretty sure they'll stay. Coming from academy doesn't mean you're entitled. You'll still earn it and be at the required level. Exactly. Facts means we love him, but he has to go. Maatsen is sold because Cucu can't be moved on. Cucu could be facing a lot of abuse from unhappy fans. Most want Maatsen, not him. Yeah, it's sad. Look, apparently he got booed yesterday at Stamford Bridge. That's how you boo your own player, man. Like, that's so mad. How do you boo your own player? Like, that's incredible. The club's made its money off of selling before. It's not too much of shock. Only a select few got through. Yeah. President Jafar, good to see you. Don't get attached to a player. At Chelsea, it's all about balancing books now. I've always said, I'm not here to get emotionally attached with any player. For me, club is number one, and then we'll see what happens after that. So as much as I love some of these players a lot, like Ian Maatsen, I don't want to see him go. I noticed Ian Maatsen the very first time he debuted for Chelsea Football Club under Frank Lampard. The first time, I think it was a FA Cup match or Carabao Cup, I can't remember, against Plymouth. And I remember him coming off the bench. And from then I was like, now this guy's going to be something good. Football is a business now. It's sad that the loyalty from players are not met with the same from the club. Players are not met. Look, yeah, and it can go the other way as well, Ivan. Like, sometimes the club is, quite loyal to the player, and the player just leaves. Do you know what I mean? So it's not just the player's loyal to the club and the club lets go. It goes both ways. I've seen both cases as well. Dropping my bombshell. Now this time next season we'll see Reece James to Madrid. I called it early. Yeah, it might not be a far-fetched shout, man. I mean, if he continues getting injured, which already this season he's picked up at least a couple of injuries already, Reece James, I don't see it as something too far-fetched. Gallagher counts as that experience we desperately need to compete for trophies. But look at it this way. Who you got in midfield? You got Enzo, you got Caicedo, you got Lavia, you got Ugochukwu. So we've got enough players to compete for trophies. And what trophies are you going to compete for? You're going to compete for probably the domestic trophies. I don't think we're going to be competing for the Premier League title. I think that might be a little bit too much for us at the moment. We'll probably give it our best shot, but I don't think we're ready for that. If you were to choose your left back, who would you choose? Ben Chilwell, Ian Maatsen, or Cucu? Who would you choose? Very good question. My left back, I think it would be Ian Maatsen. It would be Ian Maatsen. I'll tell you what. Ian Maatsen is dynamic going forward, and he's got a very, very good engine to come back. He's going to give me a lot more, opportunities. He's going to create a lot more opportunities for me up front. The reason why Ian Maatsen is because I'm going to use Levi Colwill as LCB. So that player that you need to invert from left side, you're going to get that through Levi Colwill anyway, because Levi Colwill will push up and he'll play those line-breaking passes from that left channel where he operates right now anyway. And then Ian Maatsen to bomb forward. I just feel like Ben Chilwell wants to be the furthest player. Ian Maatsen, he can also want to be the furthest player as well, but I feel like Ian Maatsen has a little bit more quality when it comes to crossing and when it comes to finishing off opportunities for goals. So I'd go with Ian Maatsen, and I'd go with Levi Colwill as LCB in a back four. And I think that would bring good balance. But that's not going to happen because Ben Chilwell is the vice captain of Chelsea Football Club, and Ben Chilwell will start ahead of Ian Maatsen every day of the week. Please let them sell Gallagher. He is bad with the ball, but good off the ball. That standard is not good enough for Chelsea. At the end of the day, look, that's how I feel as well. But there's a lot of people that will tell you that you need players to do the basic things, and he does the basics quite well. And he's another absolute engine in midfield. And Pochettino is someone that seems like who really likes Gallagher a lot. So there's that. All right. Now we want to talk about, so we talked about, let's have a look at PYS's page. We've talked about Palmer. We've talked about Cucurella. We've talked about Ian Maatsen, Gallagher. There were some other stories that were coming out. I think Chalobah. When we talk about Chalobah, yeah, there we go. Chelsea have rejected a new loan approach from Bayern for Chalobah. Look, Chalobah is another one that's surplus to requirements. Another one of those academy players, pure profit. We're looking to sell him, and I completely understand now because he is surplus to requirements. I wouldn't have got rid of him because I wouldn't have even got another defender. But Chelsea went ahead and got Axel Desassi. Buddy Shield should be coming back very soon. So you got Levi Colwell, Thiago Silva, Buddy Shield, Axel Desassi. It's just surplus to requirements at the moment. And we have not even let go of Bashir Humphreys. So, yeah, someone like Trevor Chalobah, he needs to find a move somehow. He needs to find a move. If he doesn't find a move, I'm telling you, he's not even going to see a single minute for Chelsea. We're not playing multiple games a week. We're not in the Champions League. We're not in Europe. The issue here with Bayern Munich is that Bayern only want a loan and we want to sell. And we don't want to do all of these loan business anymore. We want to be able to get rid of the particular player. So that's the latest in regards to Chalobah, ladies and gentlemen. At the moment, seems like he may still stick around to be a Chelsea player. But for his own benefit, he needs to move on. Mudryk is back. Ladies and gentlemen, Mudryk is back. And this guy, he's so active on Instagram, man. He is so active on Instagram. So good news, he's back. I'm a little bit confused. Mudryk, I know now he picked up that little injury and he's missed he missed a couple of games, right? And he's potentially going to miss the game against Nottingham Forest, maybe. But after the international break, if Mudryk doesn't start often enough, I'm a little bit confused as to what the status of this player is. Like, I don't understand why he doesn't start. Like, I don't get it. I know he's been dropping stinkers as well. Don't get me wrong. He's been dropping stinkers, but he is the left winger. Ben Chilwell is not the left winger. So he wasn't injured. What was he then? I'm pretty sure he was injured. Oh, it was an illness. Okay. Illness, whatever. Okay. Illness, injury, fine. But what I'm trying to get to is that we need to start seeing this brother start matches for Chelsea Football Club. Or else I don't understand what the plan is, because first few matches in the Premier League, we saw Ben Chilwell start as a left wing ahead of Mudryk. And is this trend going to continue after the international break? This player, he better start waking up. Like, he's always in the gym working out. There's always some great motivational messages on Instagram stories. But brother, you need to start putting the hard yards in the field. And right now, I am not seeing that happen. And some of his performances have not been worthy enough to warrant him a start. Do you know what I mean? Mudryk wasn't injured. It's a cover, in my opinion. He was bought for political reasons. He's a poster boy for me. He wasn't bought to play. Just saying, wow. You never know, man. Sometimes some of these conspiracy theories, they end up being true. I reckon Poch wants him loaned, but he's too expensive and would look bad on the club. Wow. Imagine loaning out Mudryk, man. Mudryk won't start, Miz. Poch don't rate him. It's obvious. Yeah, and it's not just Poch. It looks like even Frank Lampard didn't rate him. Even when Potter was around, he didn't completely utilize him often enough. Yeah, let's see, man. I still think if you give him consistent amount of games, he can potentially come good. Like, his skill set is there. It's just his consistency is poor. There was talks at the end of last season saying that Reece could get surgery to get rid of his injury once and for all and recover. Would be that he would be back September or October. Why didn't he do it? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure why he didn't do that. Yo, Miz, I just read about Gallagher and how it depends on Hoberg's sale and also the fact that they are focusing on Brennan Johnson. Yeah, look, I think Spurs will get rid of Højbjerg. They'll definitely get rid of him. They'll get Brennan Johnson, and then whatever money that they get from Højbjerg, they'll utilize to pay for Gallagher. Don't forget, they've got a lot of Harry Kane money as well. They've got a lot of money. Spurs got a lot of money. So don't worry about that. Mudryk has to develop off the ball work rate. That's it. This is a true talk. Do you know what? Every time I see us in the defensive phase, I don't see Mudryk work hard enough. Yeah, there's been cases where he's tracked back and he's done well, but he needs to be consistently doing well when it comes to off-the-ball work. So I definitely hear this. Hence, he's not yet starting as he needs to learn Poch's pressing system. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, let's see what else is going on. AC Milan will evaluate Mason Burstow if they don't sign Taremi. Wow. Mason Burstow to AC Milan. That is sensational news for Mason Burstow if that happens. Yeah. Look, Mason Burstow is not fully developed as yet. He's not developed as yet. And for AC Milan to go after him, hopefully we can get a smart amount of money. If we can get something around £20 million, I'll take that. I'll take that. His thoughts on the new away kit? I like him, man. It's nice. It's beautiful. For all the people that haven't seen it as yet, check it out. Ms. Checkfab tweet, Taremi deal is off. Could we potentially go for Taremi? Taremi deal off. Maybe we get Taremi and Mason Burstow goes there. Ooh, could that be brewing, ladies and gentlemen? Mason Burstow to AC Milan, Taremi to Chelsea Football Club. It could happen. I'm saying there could be one more inclusion just before the window closes. And if Mason Burstow goes, you best believe we are going to get a striker because Mason Burstow is the backup striker at the moment. So I think we may then go for Taremi and Burstow to AC Milan. And I think that might be wise. That might be wise. That's your experienced campaigner, Taremi, right there. So I think that might happen. There was some news about Raheem Sterling. He didn't make it to the English squad, which is good news for us as fans. He can stay fit and continue his training. But bad news for him personally. Obviously, he would have liked to have played for England. I don't understand why he hasn't been selected. I know, the preseason wasn't that great, but over the last couple of games, Raheem Sterling has been dynamic. Fulham have returned for Callum Hudson-Odoi and are now battling Nottingham Forest. Callum Hudson-Odoi needs to find a move before this window shuts in the next 24 hours. 100%. Callum, please find a move immediately. I think it's up to Chelsea now to also strike up a deal with either Fulham or Nottingham Forest. I think Callum Hudson-Odoi has got personal terms agreed. Yeah, this is the latest in regards to Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling left out of England's latest squad. Southgate, it's a difficult call. Raheem isn't particularly happy about it, and I understand that. I'm convinced he's going to have an excellent season at Chelsea. Yeah, I hope so, man. 31, yeah, he'd be granddad team. Southgate is biased. Don't worry, Miz. Yep, Fabrizio Romano tweeted 6 minutes ago, AC Milan, Taremi talks have broken down. All right, let's check that out. I think Taremi is someone that we can go for now. By the way, what's going on with Amrabat? Is it happening to Man United? There you go. Negotiations between AC Milan and Porto for Mehdi Taremi have officially collapsed. Club media confirmed. Following meeting tonight, FC Porto decided that Taremi will stay at the club. Okay. Taremi will stay at the club. Can we still change that? Can we still change that? I don't know. We'll see. Let's go back to PYS. Any other latest news? Nope. Yeah, there was some news about Angerin as well. Angerin to Portsmouth. I still believe in this kid. I believe in him, but I think the injuries are killing this guy. The injuries are killing this. All right, let's take some final comments. Comment on anything, whatever you want to comment on. You can comment on Cole Palmer. You can comment on Cucurella. Maatsen, Gallagher, Sterling, Chalobah, Calamanton, anything. Comment. Meanwhile, I'm going to stop the poll. By the way, Nicole, thank you so much for the super chat. You could have put a comment. Would have loved a comment from you. One of my OGs on the channel has been a member of the channel for a long time. So I really appreciate that. I'm going to close the poll first. 293 votes and 54% of you guys would agree to sell Conor Gallagher at 45 to 50 million. So more than 50%. Majority want to sell him. But there is a strong minority that don't want to sell him. Smash the like button, guys. Make sure you absolutely annihilate the like button. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Let's take some of your comments now. I want to spend this last 5 to 10 minutes taking some of your comments. Smash the like button, first of all. Pick up those likes. We've got nearly 700 people live already. So pick those likes up to well over 300, 400. That would be amazing. And subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. If you're here for the first time, make sure you subscribe. Let's race towards 29,000 subscribers. Because our relationship with AC Milan is getting so good. All our players going there end up doing so well for them. Maybe this relationship can help us get a certain someone, Leao. Maybe. We'll see. We need to get rid of some of the wingers to make room for Leao as well. Just a question, apart from KDB and Salah, what players have left us and gone on to be world class? We need to stop overrating players at our club. Look, first of all, KDB and Salah, I don't think KDB was, KDB definitely wasn't a part of our academy and Salah definitely wasn't. So both of these players, if we are looking at from an academy standpoint, they weren't even from the academy, but just away from the academy, just young players. Not too many. If I can even remember. Musiala is the only one, and he's from the academy. But any other youngsters that we've let go of who wasn't part of the academy and has done well elsewhere, no. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Very few has gone away and done extremely well. Liz, do you think Petrovic will push Sanchez for the goalkeeper spot? I think so. I think he should. Because if Taremi deal happens, what will then happen to Jackson? Jackson will still start. Taremi is, I think, like 31 or something. So he'll be the genuine backup. Someone who can come off the bench and, give a different look to our team. So Jackson will still be the genuine starter. And then Jackson will go in the African Cup of Nations, AFCON, and then Taremi will start. George, he doesn't know when the players are in until Chelsea confirmed Poch wanted him for sure. Poch, when we signed Petrovic, said yes, he wants him, and I will get more information from the club. Same thing, yeah, fair enough. One more incoming, Miz. I don't know. Maybe there could be. Have you talked about the new Brazilian midfield link? No, we haven't. I'll wait till there's more information on it, man. I don't know too much about it. I don't know anything about all of these kids from Brazil. But they are turning out to be good players. Because I've read reports in every game that owners go to the dressing room at the end of the game. I thought Poch didn't want that. If that's still happening, that's got to stop. I was under the impression that one of the clauses apparently Poch had in his contract is that he doesn't want the owners to enter the dressing room. So I don't think this is happening. I don't know. Let me know where you saw that from. Because where do we finish in the league now? I'm saying 8th. I still no top striker or GK. I think we finish 5th. I would love us to finish 3rd. That should be the target. Finishing 3rd. Because I feel after Manchester City and Arsenal, even Arsenal's looking a little bit dodgy. And even Man City are not at their best of the best form at the moment. But those two aside, everyone else is a fair game. Man United will probably struggle. Liverpool are still a little bit iffy. They're getting away with wins, but very soon someone's going to put them away. Spurs are looking good, but still early days for Spurs. So anyone's a fair game after the first two, Man City and Arsenal. So I would aim for 3rd, but I think we'll finish 5th, which will give us a Champions League spot. We have to get Champions League spot, or else it's over. Now, relationship with Italian clubs is one-way traffic. Ask for their players and you will hear 80 million hate Italian clubs with a passion. Yeah, Inter Milan has ruined it for us. And then obviously recently with the whole Lukaku and Juventus. Ivan, Miss, what do you think about the task about buying a majority share of Sporting? Oh, man, that's sensational. If we are able to buy majority stakeholdings from Sporting Lisbon, Sporting Lisbon is probably one of the best Portuguese club. The talent that comes out from Sporting Lisbon, that's unbelievable. Like if we are able to do that, wow. Mike K. Miz, the away kit is nice. I really like it, but I saw the shorts in the same pattern as a short. So could it be too much shirt and shorts the same pattern? Yeah, look, I haven't seen the shorts as yet, but the shirt looks nice. All right, we're going to wrap things up. Liverpool will run out of passion gas soon. United are mid. Newcastle will be tied out from the Champions League group of death. Yeah, by the way, the Champions League groups are out. So we'll talk about that on a different video later on. But all right, we're going to wrap things up. Smash the like button, guys. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys with live stream tomorrow or video tomorrow. But yeah, 2 content per day. We'll be back again from tomorrow. Until next time, everyone. Take care. See ya.